What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Welcome back to another video. Now in this one, I want to talk about VSG. And if you're not familiar with VSG, it's Vitalik Smart Gas. I've talked about it a couple of times. I've had a bunch of videos about it. I've even mentioned it on live streams because it's given me a return, a realized return that I haven't had in any position out there yet, right? But we've also seen the level of growth. It's been something that started at the bottom and ran to a whole nother level, and honestly can get back to those levels and will get back to those levels, especially with the things that are coming up with the project. But in this video, I want to specifically focus on the deflationary aspect and why that's such a selling feature for me, why I like deflationary projects, and also why they should be desirable to everybody that's in the crypto market. So before we get into this, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out any of the links that are down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to check out all the links for Vitalik Smart Gas, I will provide those at the top of the description. So, before we get into this, I think we need to understand where Vitalik Smart Gas is price-wise at the time of recording this video, and then we'll get into that breakdown for the deflationary side of things. But Vitalik Smart Gas is currently sitting at 17% of a penny at a $17 million market cap with $3.8 million worth of volume, up 247% in the last 24 hours. So we're definitely seeing some volume increasing. We're seeing some more people that may be getting interested in it, that are believing in it, that are holding the position. We got 22% volume to market cap ratio, which shows a lot of popularity. And you look at the 10 billion total supply and the 7.5 billion in the circulating supply is what it should say. So total supply says 7.5, and then circulating supply says 10. It should say 7.5. Actually should say 7.2, but CoinMarketCap doesn't really fully communicate well. They eventually get it updated, but when it does get updated, it should say around 7.2 billion, max being 10. Now, why I want to stop there is because I think we're focusing on the supply within this video, and the supply matters a lot. When you look at a lot of these projects and you see certain prices that they're at, some people will claim, oh, this is at a 1 cent price. It can get all the way up to Bitcoin's price. And it's like, well, can it? You have to factor in market cap. You have to factor in how much the supply has, and how you get to that market cap is price multiplied by the supply. So if you have an Ethereum that has 100 million or 120 million tokens versus Bitcoin that has 21 million coins, so you have the difference there, of basically 5 times where Bitcoin is. So if Ethereum gets to $1 trillion market cap, it's going to be a lesser price than Bitcoin. So in order to see that happen, Ethereum has a deflationary aspect to it. But people don't catch on to that, right? They burn the coins with every transaction that happens. However, that's not enough, right? They don't burn enough. It's a very minuscule amount. Same thing goes for XRP. Same thing goes for BNB and all of these other projects that have a deflationary aspect to it. However, when you are hyper-deflationary, like Vitalik Smart Gas, right? When you are hyper-deflationary, this is a whole nother, change to this, a whole nother mindset, and how we can level up that burning feature to essentially increase the price or the price ceiling in the long run. So Vitalik Smart Gas is a hyper-deflationary and powers our entire ecosystem. Holders of VSG benefit from transactions that take place on our chain, with $1 from every transaction going to buy and burn VSG, which not only supports the chart and LP, but also makes it hyper-deflationary. The utilization of the VSG in our layer 2 ecosystem ensures that the token is not merely a speculative asset, but a functional tool and a driving force behind Vitalik Smart Chain. Now, I want to focus obviously on the first piece, to where you said, $1 of every transaction goes to buying and burning. This is big, right? How you see a very small amount in the Ethereum chain where you have a fee, right? And maybe, layer 1, the fees are ridiculously high. Layer 2, the fees would be lower, but you would also see a smaller amount that goes towards burning the supply, or getting rid of the supply. However, it's not a massive amount. For Vitalik Smart Gas, that is a massive amount, adding $1 every transaction. So if you can see multiple transactions that happens within this layer 2, you are now going to see $1 every single one that goes towards burning this overall supply, meaning that you could see a massive impact to these burns, or to this supply, to the price, and give us what we want as investors, which is a massive price increase. So just to kind of explain why it's good for projects, why being hyperdeflationary or deflationary at all is good for projects. I kind of explained it earlier, where you're looking at a higher price ceiling for certain levels. Now, if you are an investor, right? If, let's say you're an investor right now and you have 2 years, 3 years, 4 years that go by. In a normal project, you may only expect it to get to $100 billion market cap. And you're like, okay, $100 billion market cap, this is what the price will get to. This is how much I will make. As an investor now, within something like this, it's hyper deflationary. It's not just saying it gets to $100 billion market cap. $100 billion market cap is just the starting point. Because who knows, during that process of getting to 100 billion or 100 million or whatever the level is, with the process of getting to that point, you also have burns that are decreasing the supply, meaning that price multiplied by supply equals what the market cap is. So let's say, right, just to make it easy, that you have 1 billion of a coin, 1 billion of a coin, and you say it can get to a $100 billion market cap. That is a $100 price. Let's say you decide to decrease, or you have a deflationary aspect to that, and you decrease that 1 billion supply down to, let's say it's 100 million, right? Or let's say 200 million, right? It gets to 200 million. You're now at 20% of what that is, and you wanted to get to a $100 billion market cap. Again, you're at a much higher level than where you were at before, right? So now you're seeing a much higher price, meaning that investors gain a lot more in the long term for holding a long time. Does that make sense? So while you're an investor that holds into it and goes, okay, I'm going to take my money at this level, you now can say, oh, well, you know what? We have this burning that's going on. This is the level that we can expect it to be at, supply wise. This is the price that I can expect this to be at with this market cap, because this is where the supply will be. So ultimately, you have an endless level of increasing, even though you may only see a capped market cap. Does that make sense to anybody? So this is why I love deflationary projects, and this is why it's great for the token itself, the project itself. And also, when you look at the liquidity, when you look at the LP, let's say 10% is added to the LP, and you have 1 billion coins total. That means that 100 million is added to LP. If you decrease that supply down to 200 million, now you have 50% that's in LP, meaning that what is left is even more scarce, giving it more of a price increase and pushing a lot higher. So there's so much that tell you, when you have a hyper deflationary project that can fully get this thing off the ground and running, you can gain so much in the end as an investor, as a short-term investor, as a long-term investor, and then also getting heavy use out of the project by seeing the use case thrive. So I want you guys to take everything I say with a grain of salt, because honestly anything could happen. But the point is that you can see these hyper deflationary projects burn off a lot, and VSG is the best case scenario of hyper deflationary projects. They've already burned off 28%, because if you go into their supply, and we go into coin market cap, and you go to Ethereum here, you're going to see that you have 1,182 holders. And if you go to those holders, you're going to see that one of the top holders, 28%, 2.8 billion has been burned off. And you can imagine that you're going to see more and more burns that happen, whether it's, the buybacks and burns that happen, or just the team burn, the project burns that they have done in the past, and they'll probably do in the future, giving yourself a higher ceiling price ceiling to get to. Not necessarily saying that it has to get to a higher market cap. It could be at the same market cap, but if it just continues to burn, it continues to get better and better. So I don't know what you guys think about it. Let me know what you think about hyper-deflationary projects or deflationary projects at all. I want to know your opinions in the comment section below. But if you guys could, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell for more of these videos. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you again, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.